On one, ready?
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On second down, Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. 2 yards on the pickup there. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Pressure coming from the Quincy Roche in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Returnable for Grant. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Go, set, go, set.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels, and picking up some nice yardage.
Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. You talk about this Bengals defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better. Because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll go. It's Gibson. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back can get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure he got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
at the 7-yard line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll go again with Gibson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now Cunningham. There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Extra point up and good by Folk, and it's now a 7-0 game. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we...
There he goes, left side. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 38 yards on the scamper there. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Here we go. Here we go.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Play action. It's Burrow. He'll buy some time right. And this one too low. The Bengals have 3-10 now on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 1, ready? 11, Thomas.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Vikings 7, Bengals 0.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
On one, ready?
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they stop him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. From the left hash, this from 37.
37-yard attempt.
And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept you in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Mekhi Blackman's got it. And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, first and 10. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Cunningham to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
The lessons will continue of this rookie. He's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
They're going to try and throw. He's got his run. Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. So a bold call, but this drive will forge on. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Cunningham. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
It's now 2nd and 6.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Here's Gibson on the read option. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 44 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
On 1st down, it's Cunningham. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
A great effort there. 29 yards. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Now Folk for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Vikings 14, Bengals 0.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried.
Now Burrow loses the football. And now a fumble. The ball's out. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So the big gain through the air, but scratch it all off because he could not hang on to the football.
And you have to like what they did on defense here. They didn't give up on the play. Big yardage given up, but they still battled all the way to the end and helped force a turnover.
A give running right, Gibson. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on second down.
Okay, ready?
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Now Cunningham. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. Touchdown! Antonio Gibson, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
On 1, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I want to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Here we go, here we go.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Stop.
Burrow will throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He's across midfield. Down the left sideline. Joe Mixon. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 54 yards. And the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football full half to be played. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see.
Ready.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. To throw on 2nd down, Cunningham. That's down the field for Jefferson. They've got his man complete. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Here we go.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the counter, Gibson. There's a nice move. And they'll have it in the red end zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Most of the damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Ready.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.